Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Makeup for Dummies. Okay, so I'm recording on a new device, so please forgive me if I'm not quite looking in the right spot, okay? So, today I'm going to be doing a purple look, as you could tell by the title. I'm going to call it Grapevine Purple Heart look, okay? So it's going to include purple and lavender and somewhere in between there, okay? So Grapevine Purple Heart. Alright, so let's just get started. Now, I have everything in here that I'm going to be using. I already have on foundation. I just went on and did color correcting, concealing, and all that kind of stuff prior to. So, I'm going to be doing eyes, cheeks, and lips on this look. So, my accessories is all purple. This is the little thing that I got from the wine tasting. If you are subscribed to my vlog channel, then you'll know. But anyway, yeah, so let's just get started, okay? So, like I said, everything I need is in here, okay? So, I'm going to get started with, first let me powder down a little bit because I'm looking a little bit flush because I was out meditating in the sun, and I just look a little flush, you know, like not sweating, but maybe just a little bit. So I'm just going to use this pressed powder just to tone down like the greasiness or whatever have you. I will come on one day and actually show you all my color correcting, concealing, and foundation routine. But today is not the day, okay? And I have on a lavender scarf with some purple mixed in there. Okay, so just to tone down like the little bit of, just looks a little bit greasy. If I have time at the end, I'll show you everything that I've used as far as my foundation and concealer and all that, and correcting and all that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm going to turn on this light just because, you know. Alright, so let's just get started, okay? And as I go along, I will try to tell you all what I am using. If I forget to tell you, then I will definitely have it in the description box below of everything that I am using, okay? Alright, so I'm going to start off with a primer by Ruby Kisses, and I hope you all can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to make sure that you all can see it while I'm looking in the mirror. Meanwhile, I need to have a mirror that's more up close so that you all can see, and so can I. Okay, so I'm just priming my eyes. Now when I do my foundation, I do go over my eyelids with the foundation just so that everything can be on one accord. Like, you know, like I don't want my whole face with foundation and then my eyelids be another color. So I just go ahead and run the brush across my eyelids as well. But this is primer. I'm going to put it in my inner eye tear duct as well. Okay. Now, little disclaimer for all of you all who are new. Okay. I am not a makeup artist. I am not an esthetician. I am not a beautician. I am not a cosmetologist, and I am not a nail technician. But I just do me. So, with that being said, let's just keep this thing moving, okay? If you want to know like more about me personally, for those of you who are new, you want to subscribe to my vlog channel, okay? That's where I do most of my talking, you know, and it's called Eyesmarriednow. I will have it listed in the description box below, along with all my other channels that I have up here on YouTube. Okay, so after I put primer on my eyes, I want to set it. And I set it with a pressed powder. You can use a loose powder, pressed powder, you know, just do you. Okay? It's not a one-size-fits-all situation when it comes down to makeup. It's pretty much whatever works for you. Okay? So, the one thing I forgot to get out and put in this little bag was some brushes. And I always drop something. Okay? So, I just take this pressed powder by LA Colors. I have no idea what color because it wore off, but here we go. Okay? And I just take that, knock off the excess, because by me already having on foundation, I don't want any fallout on my foundation. Okay? If you do your eye makeup prior to doing foundation, then fallout doesn't matter because you're going to predominantly cover it up once you put on your makeup, you know, your foundation and your you know, your finishing powders and all that is going to pretty much wipe away any fallout. But being as though I have already done my foundation, I don't want fallout. So I'm just setting that, giving it a smooth surface so that it just helps for your shadows to go on a lot smoother. Okay, now one thing I want to do, I have molds. I have natural molds. This one was I was born with it, and the one here that you can't really see because my foundation is just that good today. You can't see it, but this was a tattoo mold. So you can see the one that I was born with, but it's kind of light because you know, from the foundation. So I'm just going to darken them up a little bit. And I'm going to do that with this little purple liner right here. Okay, so hopefully you all can see. I'm just going to put the dot in there, just make it a little bit darker. Okay? Alright, so now back to the eyes. So this palette that I'm going to be using today is, I have two palettes. I have a loose powder and I have a single shadow that I'm going to be using today. So I'm going to play around with all these colors, okay? This is a Profusion Pearl Eyeshadow palette, which I love. It has beautiful pearly colors in it. I'm going to be using a LA Colors matte eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using a color in here as a base color or transition color. I'm going to be using this loose LA Colors powder. These are very highly pigmented. They come right from Dollar Tree, but don't sleep on it because it's very highly pigmented, very pretty color. And I'm going to be using an NYC Purple single palette shadow. And I'll show you what I'm going to be using all these things for because I just play around with the stuff, okay? So I'm going to start off with the transition color. And I'm going to use this palette. And I'm going to use this color right here, okay? I'm just going to go with that. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I hate when I can't find. Excuse me, roll. Okay, so I'm going to take this color, tap it off, and just go over my eyelid. So I'm using the lightest purple in this palette. I'm going to use this mirror instead of that one so that you all can see as well what I'm doing. So I'm just lightly putting that purple in there as a transition color. You just tap your brush off, that way you don't have fallout. Some shadows have more fallout than others, but I think they all have at least a little bit of fallout. I mean, that's just what I believe. Okay? So I've transitioned my lids. So instead of it being the pressed powder color that I use to set my primer, it is a light purple. Okay? Okay, so I'm done with this palette. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is my cut crease. Okay? Your cut crease is the crease that's in between. It cuts between the lower and the upper part of your eye. So, for those of you who don't know, if you do like this, you'll see a crease. And that cuts, you know, it separates your lower and your upper. I mean, that's the best way. That's what I think of when I think of cut crease. You know, you cutting something in half. Alright, so I'm going to be using this beautiful palette here. And I'm going to use, for my cut crease, this dark purple right here. Okay? And I'm actually going to use the little brush that came with it just to start it off. So, I'm going to put that color on there. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to start it off in my corner. And then I'm going to just tap it or drag it all the way through my cut crease. I just have more control over this. So I'm going to use a brush, a fluffy brush, but just to have the control to put it exactly where I want it. Then I'm going to just do that. Okay? Then I'll take my fluffy brush and blend it. Circular motions in the corner and then just drag it over. Hold your brush at the end, that way it's less tension on it and it can flow freely through the crease area. This is kind of like a big brush here, so let me get a smaller brush that will focus right in that crease area. Looks like I'm missing some brushes for some reason. Okay, so here's a smaller brush. And that will focus right in that crease area, okay? So if you want to get into a small area, you just get a smaller brush, okay? So, okay. Alright, so I'm taking that color again. I'm going to do the other side. And I'm going to put it right in that corner. See? This fits right in that corner. And I'm going to put it right in that crease area where I want it to go. Then I'm going to take my blending brush, do circular motions, and just drag it through the crease area. Okay, so if you want it darker, then you just have to build the color up, meaning you just do another layer. That's what building means. You just build it on top. So, let me do it again because I want it to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to put some more dark in that corner. And some more dark in that corner. Just go from there. Go in circles just to mix up that patch in the corner, and then just drag it through. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take the same brush, maybe another end of the brush, and I'm going to use, let's see what color. Okay. Alright, the color next to this dark purple, which is a lighter, it almost looks pink, but it's like a lighter version of purple. Not lavender, but it actually looks pink, but it's not pink. And I'm just going to put that right on my lower lid. Now, if you want the color for your lower lid to really, really stand out, then all you have to do is put some primer on it. Okay? Put some primer on the part that you want to stand out. So I'm shading in the little area that I want that color to stand out on. And then take the color that I want, which is that pink. And then dab it. Well, it's not pink. I said pink. It's not pink. It looks pink, but it's not. And then you just dab that on the bottom part. Now, I want this to be a little bit more brighter, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this loose powder, this LA Colors loose powder, okay? It comes with a little brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay, I'm not going to do that because I dropped it. Let me get another loose powder top. This top comes in handy. And I'm gonna pour some in here. Okay? And then I'm gonna dip this little brush in it on both sides. Tap it off because it is a loose powder. And I'm gonna dab it right on that little middle part. I mean that lower lid part. It stands out better to me. Putting that lavender right there. Okay, so it stands out a little bit more. Okay, now if I wanted to make my cut crease darker, I can go in with maybe this purple might be darker, I don't know. Let's just see. Let's play with it and see if this will make it even darker. So just put a little bit of that in the corner. Put a little bit of that in the corner. Because I don't want my cut crease and my lower lid to be close in color. I want it to stand out. Like I want you to be able to see the transition from the dark to the light. I put that in the corner and I'm just going to drag it over. Okay. So adding that NYC single palette shadow just makes it stands out more. Okay, because it's darker. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take this is an eyeliner. It's called, it's a LA Colors Graphics eyeliner in the color purple. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lower line, lower eyeline. Hope you all can see. You've got to be careful because it is pointy. This is a stiff, pointy brush. Or point. It's not even a brush because it doesn't brush. It's very stiff. Put that right on my. I'm using, it's liquid eyeliner basically is what I'm saying. Liquid eyeliner. Okay. Then I'm going to take a mascara in the color purple. This is a LA Colors mascara. It's purple and velvet. And it has a small little brush on it. And I'm just gonna do my lashes. I put it on there and I turn it and twist it so that it could roll, you know, through every lash and kind of curl it up a little bit at the same time. So that's one. And I'm going to also do, oh, I could have blended that dark out a little bit more too. Yeah, there we go. Looked like it was just sitting there. Don't want that. And then I'm gonna go in with that. I'm kind of all over the place, but that's okay. It's no order. It's just whatever. It's just called DU. Alright, so let me finish. Let me do my lower lash line now. You could also use mascara as a liner too. So that liquid liner that I used wasn't all that dark. But after I do my lower lash line with this mascara, it darkens it up. I do this motion first just to wake them up, and then do this motion to run through all of the lashes. Bottom. You could take the ball of the mascara wand and brush it across the bottom And that's how you can get an eyeliner without using an eyeliner. Okay. Alright, so now let's move on to blush, because I think I am done with the eyes. Okay. I just want to make sure I blend this out a little bit more. Okay, now for blush, I don't have a purple blush, but I'm going to take this single palette that I used for my cut crease, and I'm going to use it as a blush. Not a lot, like, you know, just kind of brush it on there a little bit, tap it off, and just go over my cheeks a little bit. I mean, I don't want a dark purple like my shirt, but just a little bit of purple. So if you don't have a blush the color that you want, just go through your eyeshadows. And you can use those eyeshadows as blushes, and you can use blushes as eyeshadows. You don't have to use things for what they were intended for. They can have several purposes. Okay? So, there you go with that. And if I want to put a little bit of highlight, like on the right above that area, I can use this loose powder, which is a pretty purple. I'm going to shake some of this out right here and take a fan brush. Put some on the ends, tap it off, and put that right there. And this loose powder has like a little bit of glitter in it, so it's kind of pretty. I don't know if you can see how that stands out, but I like that as a highlighter. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the lips. And for the lips, I am going to take this liner. This purple liner. Let's see. I want the name of it down because it's a purple and violet lip liner by Wet n Wild. Well, actually, I think this is an eyeliner, but I'm gonna use it as a lip liner. As long as you freshly sharpen it after you use it as an eyeliner, then you can use it elsewhere, and then vice versa. So I'm gonna line my lips. Hope you all can see. And I'm purposely heavily lining my lips. I guess I kind of want to do an ombre. So I'm going to color in like the majority of my lips with purple, but not fully. Okay, and then put some moisturizer on, which is just a regular old chapstick. It's still going okay. cocoa butter chapstick. Put that right in there. Okay. Then I'm going to take this lavender lippy, and that's called, let's see, what is that called? This is called Lavender Silk by Ruby Kisses. Okay? Swatch it for you. That is a gorgeous color. And I'm going to put that right in that middle part. The part that I didn't put the liner on. Okay. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I love it. That is beautiful. Okay. Alrighty, and let's see, one last thing. I think I'm going to contour just a little teeny bit. But first, let me tone down this blush a little bit. Okay. I don't do much to my eyebrows. I let them grow out, and I just pretty much, you know, just brush them over like that. Okay.